today we have another guest on the podcast. Introduce yourself a little bit for us.
Hi, first of all, thanks for having me. My name is Ania, I'm 22 years old. I'm living and studying in Germany, in a little city called Heidelberg. Heidelberg, it's so cute. Actually, a lot of American people come to Heidelberg to visit it. It's like a huge thing for Americans.
Why?
I don't know. It's a very, very beautiful city. I have to say it's a very, very beautiful city, but it's a small town. So
I never even heard about it, to be honest.
It's funny because it's common that German people as well don't know the city. It's like, I don't know why, but yeah, it's a small town.
A little gem.
Yeah. I'm modeling since 2020. So I started a few months before COVID started.
That's actually the same timing I started my modeling
crazy.
career. How did it come that you wanted to start like modeling? This was like a dream from way before, or it fell in your hands, or like how it happened?
It's a funny story because actually I never thought even about starting. I never thought about modeling, but I had a friend back then and she wanted to model very badly, and I was like the photographer. I always took pictures of her, and one day she decided, okay, now I will take pictures of you. And then I started to like to be in front of the camera, and then a few months later she was like, okay, let's look out for an agency, let's just try to sign with an agency. And we both tried to sign with an agency in my local town back then, and I got signed.
You have signed with that model agency, and then after what happened? You signed like with agencies in other countries, or you started to work in Germany?
So I started to work in Germany. I signed with the agency, I think in March or February. And I already had some portfolio shoots. I started to build up my portfolio, and I actually thought that these portfolio shoots are actual jobs. So I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about modeling. I didn't even know back then that I can earn money with that. So yeah.
Like a new world opening,
absolutely.
Right?
Everything was so new for me. I really fell in love with modeling. I really fell in love with beauty shootings. I loved it. And I think after 3 months already, an agency from Milan, a very known agency, I don't know if I can tell the name. Do you think?
We don't need to name names.
We don't need to name, but it's a very nice agency till now. A booker came to our agency in Germany and did a go-see with me, and I didn't know what to do at all. Back then I came with makeup. I didn't know which clothes I have to put on. I straightened my hair, and my hair was like weird blondish colored. So this is my natural hair color. And back then I dyed it blondish somehow. It didn't look good at all. It didn't look good at all. I had braces, and I was just not confident. I didn't know what I was doing. So I ended up not signing with them. Back then I didn't know why. And this was also a point where my mindset started to shift in a bad way.
Did you have a mother agency at that time or not?
No. There were a mother agency, but for me, they didn't sign up with me exclusively. So it was not my mother agency.
Because still, this agency from Milan, they were connected through your agency from Germany, right?
Exactly.
So basically, that agency from Germany should have prepared you a little bit better, I guess. You know?
They didn't at all.
Especially if you are telling me like I didn't even know what is a test shooting. Like they need to introduce you the industry, and they need to explain you how it's working.
You're absolutely right, but they didn't.
But still, if you look on the other hand, okay, you had this experience, and for sure in the industry you will have a lot of neglection, but this is how you build yourself and make yourself stronger and learn the hard way, let's say.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. With COVID, it was a hard time.
Yeah.
Because COVID started at the exact same moment, kind of. Like a few weeks after that go-see, COVID started, and I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, and then you were like left there. I had the exact same timing. I think my first model trip was right before COVID. I stayed there 2 weeks because, again, my mother agency, like I had a mother agency, and I was not prepared at all. I didn't even know what is a casting, whatever. And then I came back 2 weeks after because I was like, I need my mom. And then COVID hit, and I was like, okay, what now? I just finished my uni. I want to do modeling full-time, but COVID is here. And then I went back, Istanbul actually, to go on stay, and I was stuck there during COVID. Like my first real model trip. This was insane.
What was your age?
I was pretty old for the industry. I think my first trip was when I was 21.
Okay, but still very young, right?
It's young, but you know, models nowadays, or
mean.
like even before, they always start like at 16, even 14. This is insane, you know. After the Milan agency, you ever tried again with another agency in Milan, or you did like travels abroad for modeling?
Yes, I did, but you know, with COVID, it wasn't very easy to just go abroad. So I started to concentrate more on the German market, but also I took a little break after half a year after this go-see happened, because like my mindset went down the hill. It was very, very bad. I was very struggling with myself. So I took a break, I think for a year kind of, and started modeling again when I started studying psychology. So so my mindset just shifted again, but this time in a good way. And then I was actually in New York just for portfolio shootings because I had some connections in New York. I tried to shoot in my actual hometown Warsaw in Poland, but the market there is a little bit crazy.
So wait, you are actually from Warsaw?
I'm actually from Warsaw, yes.
I didn't know. I didn't know. But you have a German passport, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you went to New York to do some test shoots and stuff. That's insane. And did you go see some agencies there?
Yes, I did as well. But the problem there was the visa, you know? I still didn't have a clue. And I've been to a few go-sees then, but without a visa, they told me, you have to find a German agency that will provide you somehow to get
sponsorship
back to us. Exactly, and that was a little bit the problem, but it very much motivated me to stick to that dream.
Like if you hear the positive things, but it's just like the visa part that it's out of your hands, still it gives you a confidence boost, I guess.
Absolutely.
But it's just so annoying, the visa, like I know all about it.
It is what it is.
Now on the other hand, did you have any like bad experience? Because I know there is like a lot of things going on in the industry that girls get like a little bit like demand too touchy with them, or like they don't give you the privacy, or like some bad behavior is happening. Did this ever happen to you?
Luckily not to me. Luckily not. Yay.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe it's luck, and also I'm very careful about choosing people I work with. So before I'm working with anyone, I will check their website, I will check their social media, anything, especially if it's a free work, if it's a test shoot, because this can be any rando. It could be like anyone. I don't know this person. It could be a creep. And also, I just learned to look for the red flags very early. So I think
just
that's
to be extra careful.
Yes. True that.
Because after all, you are like a girl, first of all. You'll be going there alone, so for sure you need to be like safe and comfortable. That's so important, and that's a big tip for everyone out there. Absolutely. Who starts especially. So you're studying psychology. Are you done now yet? Or?
Not yet, but in a few months I'm done.
Oh, that's so soon. And out of this, you had a crazy idea. So tell me about your business.
half a year ago, I started this project. It's called Mindful Models, and it combines the psychological health, like the mental well-being, with the modeling career. So in this moment, I'm working with around 10 girls and boys that either start their career right now or already are models, and are struggling with their next steps. And also I do help them with resilience, with mental well-being, and that's the project.
But that's so inspiring. We need a lot more of that projects in the world. Like, it's needed, especially in the industry. Like, okay, I know every industry has his struggles, but I feel like modeling is such another industry that you cannot even explain to people who are not inside of the model industry, and we need to be so careful.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Especially because we already talked about it. You don't have any school for modeling. You don't have like, you cannot go to uni to become a model. Like, you are swimming in this large ocean, if you want so, in the ocean, and you're alone in this ocean, and you just have to decide, okay, the next island that I see, and I'm attending to get on this island, is it a good one, is it a bad one? I don't know if
they just throw you in it, you know?
Exactly. You are in this ocean alone, and you have to decide where are you going. You get my point, right? You get my point.
And like, you are the best example. Casting that you did for Milano, you didn't like have a clue how you should like behave, how you should dress, because they just throw you out there, because there is no school, there is no like course about how to start modeling, how to start earning, how to behave, how to whatever. No, you just like get thrown in and then, okay, do your thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's so wrong.
That's so wrong. So I hope your business will bloom up, because this is gonna be like really interesting, especially for new models who don't have a clue about anything in the model industry.
And I also hope that my models, my little chickens, can sign with a great mother agency like yours.
I remember the first time that I saw you on social media, because we met on social media, was on Instagram, that you did a beauty shot for, I don't know for what it was, but was like with gel slime. Yes, with blue slime. Oh my god, those pictures, oh, that was so beautiful. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna save those, I need to recreate it.
Thank you so much. Actually, I love those pictures as well. Yeah. I don't know, it was such a crazy moment, but I love those pictures as well. I think they're really great. It was funny because in the first moment it was very weird, but then it was okay. Like, I felt nothing but the coolness and the slimy texture. But many people wondered if something got into my eye, because I think one picture were like this somehow, and they wondered if I just got hurt by the slime. And I'm like, no, that's just a picture, I'm good, I'm fine, everything is good.
So for sure that was one of the shoots that you will always remember.
For sure. I had one job in Morocco, in Agadir, and the city and the market. I was just stunned by the city, by the culture. It was my first time being in Morocco. It was for like a job for a lens producer. I don't know.
Like for the camera?
For the camera, exactly. We experienced a lot of different setups with lightning. So with light. So we shot in the morning sun. We shot in the evening sun. We shot in the midday sun. So yeah, that was crazy. That was so cool.
And it was a direct booking?
Yes, it was a direct booking.
So direct booking, for the people who don't know, it's like the client books you, then you fly to the location, and then you do the job and you fly back home. That's it, right?
Exactly.
But actually, if you think about it, that's pretty cool, because you saw a new country, you flew out when they paid for you. That's pretty nice. And then you're like earning money being in a new country and exploring these new cities and like meeting all these new people. So it's pretty nice also modeling. Like,
yes, it is.
There is a reason why we still do it.
For sure.
Yes, for sure. If there is like now new models watching this video, or like girls or men, whatever, who are like, oh, I feel so inspired, I want to do modeling, what are the 3 biggest advice you want to give them?
The 3 biggest advice?
Yeah.
It's funny. It's very funny because the one time I was in New York for the portfolio shootings, a YouTuber came up as I was taking selfies on the street and just did an interview with me as well. And he asked me the exact same question. It was so funny. And I think it's still the same message. I think, first of all, to not be too harsh on yourself. Like, to accept you the way you are. I'm not talking about like body positivity, like you have to love yourself, but you have to accept yourself and just the being that you are for the moment. You can change yourself in any way if you want to, if you have mental strength for that. That's no problem, especially if a model maybe needs to, I don't know, if a model wants to attend fashion week, for example, and has to shred 3 kilos, like to lose 3 kilos. You can do that, but you have to be nice to yourself, you have to be kind to yourself, and you have to accept your own boundaries. So if your head and your body just tells you, no, I can absolutely not do that, don't do it. So
know your own limits.
Exactly. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Don't push yourself too far.
Like you get burned out.
Maybe the second advice would be watch out for red flags.
Hey, that's a good one.
And the people you're working with.
Give a good full explanation earlier about this, because I was the one that I was not doing that. I was just like, this guy has contacted me for a shoot. Yeah, I want to do it. I'm going. You know, I was not taking care too much. I was just taking the risk. But I guess, your way was the better way for sure.
And the third, have fun, actually. I love the business. I enjoy every moment. Enjoy the photo shoots. Enjoy the traveling. Just enjoy the good moments, because there are a lot of good moments being a model. It's a great job, to be honest. It's a very hard job as well, especially when you're young and when you have to be alone for some time. But it can be so crazy beautiful.
Yes, that's true.
And these moments you have to enjoy.
Yeah, those are big tips. Thank you. That's good.
Thank you.
Good to spread out in the world.
We need more positivity.
Yes. So tell me your Instagram handle, whatever. I'm gonna pop it on the screen.
So on Instagram and on YouTube, my name is Ania Karinka.
We will keep an eye open for when everything is happening, and I want to thank you so much for having this interview with me.
Thank you so much again. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
I enjoyed
it was very fun.
And I will see you hopefully soon. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're interested in doing modeling, the email address is down in the captions, so don't hesitate and try to give your shot, and we will get back to you as soon as possible.